Hello everyone, I'm just Veena here for yet another book review, and I'm so glad to be connecting with you in this book review. Today's review is going to be on a very important topic, which is on the fourth industrial revolution, and author Roland has written a very important book especially for parents. So the book is entitled Parenting in the Age of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And before I actually start reviewing the book, I have to tell you that I had the opportunity to connect with the author through a live chat, an author live chat, and I had the pleasure to interview him to talk more about the book. So you can find the interview on YouTube. You can just type in his name and the interview link will appear, or even type in the book's title, the link is going to appear as well. And yeah, so for today's review, as usual, my book review will be divided into three sections, which is the internal layout of the book, second is plot development, the third is key takeaway. The first is internal layout of the book. I have to say that I was using an ebook and it was easy to read. The fonts were clear, the spacing were really comfortable. Yeah, the layout and everything were comfortable, so it's like 10 out of 10. And the plot development. Now, coming to plot development, I was told by the author that he actually wrote this book with parents in his mind, because as a parent himself and as a IT professional, and he has been in this field for many years, he felt the need to write a book in order for parents to understand what the fourth industrial revolution is all about, and how important it is to understand how it is going to impact the children's future. So I think with that on mind, I think the author has written this book, and the entire book it looks very simple to understand. It's very simple to follow through. It has been divided into a few sections, and all those sections are really easy to follow through. And if you are someone who's familiar with the fourth industrial revolution, this book may come across as a very basic introduction to the fourth industrial revolution. But however, keeping on mind the author's intention when he was writing this book, which is to enlighten the minds of parents, especially parents who do not have resources to all this big data, artificial intelligence, blockchains, and things like that. I don't think they will be having the ability to grasp those ideas well. So with those parents on mind, he has written this book, and I think it's an excellent effort, because I believe that we already have so many books out there in the market talking about the fourth IR in depth, blockchain in depth, and all that, in depth. But in order to cater to a specific group of people, I think this is where people like Roland, have come up and have contributed their part in order to specifically target the book to a very niche market, especially the underprivileged families who are struggling to understand what all these big changes in the world that's happening around them. So and with that, the plot over here, we have a few chapters, and all those chapters have been clearly addressed, and it is written in a very concise manner, very clear and concise manner. it can be easily understood. So for that, I do not have any problems with, you know, the content wise and the content development. I have no problem at all. And I think it is really excellent for Roland to also insert some references and, you know, resources where parents can actually go and look for further resources to study and things like that. So which I think is very thoughtful, because not many people would, you know, would actually put in the effort to make sure that the readers can go out there and look for further information. So I have to say that, you know, I give 10 out of 10 for plot development. And coming to the key takeaway message. Now, you know, as a parent, if you're reading this book, you will be thinking, you know, talking about fourth industrial revolution, how important it is for the future, for the kids right now who will be growing up and who will be competing with robots, machines, what kind of jobs they have to take up, what kind of skills they have to develop, you know, all these things will be running in your mind. But also, I think, you know, as a parent, you might also be thinking that the negative aspects of technology that we have today, which is, you know, limiting the screen time of kids, making sure that they connect with human beings still, you know, so, and also making sure that they do not become a victim of cyber threats and things like that. So we have this good side of it and also the bad side of it. And I asked this question particularly during the interview, and I think Roland was very, you know, answered the question very aptly. And I have to say that he also have explained a little bit about, you know, how to make sure that your kids are using the gadgets or the technology in the right way. And that is one of the things that I really like most, because we are not only looking at the positive aspect of it, but also on how to balance, how to have a balanced life, you know, amidst all this technology. We are not able to avoid it. We have to, you know, adapt our lives according to the development in technology. But I think how we can do that and what can be done is also being suggested, and I think that's going to be useful for parents. And also one more thing is the importance of coding. Coding is going to be the future, and a lot of things are going to be surrounding coding. And Roland has actually explained the impact of it, how important coding is for today's kids, and how they can actually learn coding. Even if you do not have the budgets for it, like, you know, you can still do that. You can still expose your kids to all this development. So I think for that, I would definitely say it's, you know, 10 out of 10. All in all, this book has definitely deserves a 5-star. And I would strongly recommend this book to parents out there, especially if you are not familiar with the fourth industrial revolution and you would like to have a friend explain it to you in layman terms. I think Roland is the one to go for, and you know, his book is the one that you're supposed to get, because you will definitely get the feel of having someone explaining it in a very simple terms to you, and from there you can actually develop your understanding on the subject. So totally recommend it. Do check this book out on Amazon, and hope you have a good read and you enjoy the read as well. Thank you so much. Till we meet again in another review. I'm Jasvina.